I am truly honored to be able to speak in front of all of you today. My name is Parker Roeder. I'm soon to graduate from Shaker Heights High School, and I am blessed to say that I was raised here in St. Paul's. I went from being baptized to playing baby Jesus in the Christmas pageant in 2004 to acolyting, confirmation, until now, giving this sermon. My faith has really been shaped by these experiences and the people here. I remember being in church school and coming in at the 9 o'clock service to receive communion. I remember watching my older brother acolyte for the first time and thinking he was all grown up already. I remember visiting Bellwether Farm and the many Harlan trips I have gone on. This church community has allowed me to explore my faith in my own way, and I am truly grateful for that. Everywhere I go, I wear an Episcopal shield around my neck. This reminds me of the wonderful memories I have here and of my faith. Today's reading from 1 Peter is about suffering. Who has suffered before? I suspect everyone here today has gone through hardship in their lives. In the reading from Peter today, we heard, if you do suffer for what is right, you are blessed. At the time this was written, Christians were being persecuted. One of Peter's friends, Stephen, was stoned to death for simply believing in Jesus and preaching his word. When I reflected on this reading, I thought of other times people suffered for what they believed in. One of the first things that came to mind was the Civil War. Soldiers of the Union were suffering to save the lives of millions of slaves. They were putting their own lives in danger so that others could be treated better. This is suffering for something truly righteous. The same can be said about World War II. Soldiers of the Allied forces were suffering through extremely harsh conditions so that others could live and be treated as human beings. The context of our suffering is very different, but the message still applies. I urge you all to think back on the last time you suffered. Was it worth it? Was it for something good? Whenever I suffer for something I believe is righteous, I do feel blessed in the end. It's not something silly, like mowing all the lawns I had planned for that day, and it was worth it because I made some money and the lawns look better now. It's something more serious, like the church mission trip to Harlan, Kentucky that I went on the past couple of years. We helped build and maintain homes for other people that could not afford to do so themselves. We worked hard and long in the Kentucky summer heat, and I'd be a liar if I didn't say I'd rather be sitting in a lawn chair on some island beach. But at the end of each day, and at the end of the week, when we pulled back into the St. Paul's parking lot, it felt good. I was happy, and I felt like I had really helped make a difference. Don't get me wrong, I feel good when I come home from the Caribbean too. But it's a much different and more rewarding feeling when you accomplish something that matters. As we all move on into this week and into the summer, I encourage everyone to think about what they're suffering for. Is it something you believe in? It's much easier to avoid the hard path in life, to just sit at home and scroll through your phone. But do you really feel good after you've been on your phone for an hour? I feel much better. I feel blessed after I've made it through hard times as opposed to sitting through easy times. I am beginning a new chapter in my life. In the fall, I will be heading off to college, and I will begin my training for Air Force ROTC. For those that do not know, the Reserve Officer Training Corps is a program where students train while in college, and upon graduation, they are commissioned into the military. I have been working out the past couple of months to help get in shape for my training. It's hard to stay motivated and on task when no one else is looking. There is no commanding officer at my house to make sure I'm going on runs and doing push-ups. Only one that makes sure I take out the trash every Sunday night. Don't worry, Mom, I'll remember today. However, I am wrong. There is someone looking. There always is. God is always watching. Peter wrote, "It is better to suffer for doing good, if suffering should be God's will." It is up to each of us to determine what God's will may be, to determine what is a good and righteous path to follow. All I can say is, don't be afraid to take the road less taken. Don't be afraid to suffer. God will help you through it, and you will feel blessed in the end.
Hello and good morning. Some of you know me, but for those who don't, my name is Jared Wagner. I'm a senior at St. Ignatius High School. Next year I'm off to the University of Dayton to study mechanical engineering. St. Paul's has been a part of my life since the very beginning. I was baptized here 17 years ago, and I've been a member ever since. Whether it has been my time spent as an acolyte or attending vestry meetings, all the way to trips to places such as South Dakota and Harlan, Kentucky. Some of the most eye-opening experiences are a result of this parish. Through many mission trips and other local service opportunities, I have met people and learned things that I would have never learned anywhere else. Whether it was talking to the people of the Rosebud Reservation and learning about their unique way of life that not many people know about or ever get to experience, or traveling to Harlan, Kentucky to help those with much-needed house repairs that they could not otherwise afford. This community of people have always presented me with wonderful opportunities and great people to share them with. The immense amount of support that I have received from all of you really has reassured myself that I will be perfectly okay wherever I might go. In the gospel reading from today, Jesus says to his disciples that he is leaving, but that they should not be fearful, as he has given them everything that they need to continue without him. He has sent them his advocate, in this case the Holy Spirit, to watch over them. Jesus then tells them that he will not be seen by the ones who don't believe, but only by those who do. In this situation, I feel as if I am the disciples and all of you are Jesus. I have constant faith and reassurance, knowing that wherever I go, I can think back to the time here and how much it meant to me. That support is my advocate from all of you. This is a great example of the kind of faith I need heading off to college. I'm going to a place where I have never been with people I have never met. Using the experience and the knowledge that I have gained here at St. Paul's, I am more than certain that I will be able to make this transition with very little worries. I am ever grateful for the friends that I have met and the people that I now know. When you build relationships in a community that is built around love and support, you are guaranteed to make a lifelong friend or two. People that I have taken trips with, shared meals with, people I have laughed with, and people I can see at my wedding years from now. But most importantly, the relationships that I have made here are with people that I know I can fall back on and talk to when things might not be going as planned. I would like to thank the youth leaders and other clergy members that have kept me engaged in this church, especially Lauren and Brandon for giving me the opportunity and coaching to share my thoughts with all of you here today. Thank you all for the immense support, and I will be forever grateful for my time as a youth member of St. Paul's.